Some of you have noticed that my voice has been a bit different. It's been a bit messed up for around 2 months now. And one of you left this comment, and this comment has changed my life. Men, you need to be vigilant to changes within your body, as the results from what I found out has shocked me. I'm 33 years old, and for my age, my blood pressure should be 122/81. And after I saw that comment that mentioned, hey, my voice going could be a sign of high blood pressure, my first initial reaction was to dismiss it. Like, there's no way that I can have high blood pressure. No way. I eat healthy, I drink a lot of herbs, I train hard, and I'm extremely fit. and good looking, of course. But I've always been taught that never dismiss information. Process it first and then choose whether to ignore it or not. So I went to my dad's house and I used his high blood pressure machine, and my results that I got after the second try was 137/82. And this meant I was basically stage 1 high blood pressure. I was at the max for my age group, and blood. I was gobsmacked. Like, high blood pressure expert, someone who deems myself as a health expert, is somewhat embarrassing, because how can I be falling victim to things that I preach people not to go down? But then I had to take a step back and look at the lifestyle that I was living, and it all started to make sense. In this video, I'll be sharing some of the reasons why my blood pressure got so high to stage 1 and how you can avoid some of these issues. And I'll also share the key things that I did to bring my blood pressure down to normal ranges, to normal levels, and key signs that men should be paying attention to, because generally when the body is whispering, you need to pay attention, because if you do not listen to the body when it whispers, you're going to hear that motherfucker scream, and when it screams, it's not going to be fun. Shit! There are key habits that a lot of men do or display that negatively impact our health, and I was doing some of them. The first of which is when I checked my health app on my iPhone and I looked at my daily sleep. My average sleep for the last 6 months was 4 hours and 57 minutes. And lack of sleep is a cause of high blood pressure. And this blood pressure increase for some people can lead to them getting more frequent headaches. But for many other people, there is no symptoms. It's been called the silent disease or the silent killer, because for some people, there is no symptoms of high blood pressure. The only way to truly know you have it is to go and get checked. So for me, once I started looking into all of this and realizing that changes to voice or inflammation in your vocal cords can be caused by high blood pressure, I was like, yep, I gotta make some changes. I need my voice back. It's not all the way there, and it still comes and goes depending on my diet and things, but high blood pressure could have been a root cause. I'm still unsure, but the fact that I had stage 1 is a huge shocker. Generally, as men, we encourage to work hard, long hours. Like me, I'm pretty much always working. If I told you the time that I initially filmed many of my videos, they were late, 2-3 a.m. sometimes, because I want to get those videos out for you. But now I'm filming at 7 o'clock. I'm trying something different. I'm trying to work on that, because if you think about it, if minimal sleep can drive high blood pressure, a lack of sleep could also impact pretty much every area of our life, and it was having a direct impact on me. All those late night working, up early, all that stuff really is a lie. Quality of the time you put into your craft is more important than the quantity. So with good sleep, you're able to function at a higher level, at a higher frequency, so you can do more in less time. Another key thing that we don't realize is associated with lack of sleep is that lack of sleep is associated with low self-worth and low self-esteem. The days that you start to feel low, you start realizing it's associated with a lack of sleep. Make sure you're joining me and improving your sleep. Like, my average time now is around 6.5 hours, and my aim next is to get to 7.5 hours. So I'll be sleeping longer and ensuring my sleep quality is improved. The next key thing that was impacting my blood pressure, and something that a lot of men need to pay attention to, is salt and sugar. Let's start with salt. Different industry experts and different industry standards have different recommendations for how much salt we should be eating day to day. The body actually only needs a very small amount of sodium to function, less than 500 milligrams, that's half a gram, and it's recommended by many different bodies not to go over 6 grams of salt, and that's roughly a teaspoon, with a good medium to aim for being between 1.5 to 2.3 grams of salt. That is minuscule compared to what a lot of us are having day to day. Studies show that on average, adults eat around 11 grams of salt per day, and that's like 21 times what your body requires. And if you think about the impact of salt, like, let's take it back to Egypt. The mummies, the mummification process the drying out of the skin to preserve it, they used salt. Salt is drying, is preserving, which logically doesn't make sense to have in high amounts, considering that the body, the skin, the cells is 70% water and above. We really should be consuming less salt. And I was victim to this. Like, salt is one of the most common causes of high blood pressure, especially for certain demographics, which we'll discuss slightly later. It can lead to obesity, it can lead to water retention, making your face puffier, rounder. You may notice swelling under your eyes, your hands, your feet, eye bags. Generally speaking, it's not an equal sign. Like, some people will be impacted more than others. If you're black, of African heritage, Jamaican heritage, black American or African American, you need to be even more mindful, because high blood pressure, for some reason, which is due to probably genetic makeup and history, tends to impact you more. About 55% of black adults have high blood pressure, and that's something not a lot of us are talking about, but it's impacting us. The reason you can't get a could be due to that too. It's all blood flow. And I think back to when it all started with me, when my voice started playing up. Some of you may or may not know, but I started eating fish towards the start of this year, and that's after 11 years of not eating it. And one of the things I used to consume was smoked wild salmon. Wild salmon alone has this much salt in it. For 100 grams, it's way over your daily recommended limit. And also around 2 months ago, I started eating these cashew nuts that are salted. It tastes bloody amazing. But the amount of salt in that combined with smoked salmon is pushing me way above my limit. So I was having too much salt. For you guys who eat meat, red meat in particular, jerky, beef jerky, all of these things, your salt intake you need to be very mindful of, especially now that we're getting towards, you know, key ages. You know, I'm at the age now where I'm seeing people just drop out for a lot of different diseases, which might be more nurtured in nature, and a lot of it is to do with how we are eating. So what might be the daily impacts of having too much salt? Well, for a lot of you guys who complain about headaches, the cause of your headaches is too much sodium in the body. That might look like nausea for some, that might look like dizziness for some, or even vomiting, but these are signs that you might be having too much salt. And also, I've reduced my sugar consumption significantly, because sugar in itself can impact high blood pressure. The next thing I started doing each week was fasting. I haven't fasted this year, so this was a big wake-up call to get back on that fasting train. What I do now, and this is my second week doing it, is each Sunday from around 9 p.m. till around 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, I'll be fasting. I'll be fasting with key herbs, with water, with lemon water, with fresh coconut water, taking it back to the days of yore. Some of you guys might remember when I had a fasting group. There was about 50 to 100 of us each month who were fasting together, and I fell off the train. Like, even those who are the most knowledgeable sometimes don't do what we're supposed to do. This is the wake-up call that I needed. I've lost weight, I'm in shape again. I'm doing a challenge on Instagram right now where I'm getting to my former physique, and you guys can follow that journey if you want. Generally, fasting has so many benefits, and I encourage everybody to get back into fasting. I feel amazing now because I'm back on that train, and some of its benefits include increases in testosterone, growth hormone, faster healing, faster recovery, better performance, improvements in sleep, improvements in brain function, fat loss. But in the context of this video, it does help with high blood pressure regulation. The last thing that I did to help bring my blood pressure back to normal, and right now we sit and pray, is the herbs, the things I started consuming. And one of the herbs I started using more was a herb called barberry, and this is a good herb for like fat loss. This is a good herb for water retention, and one of the things within it is something called berberine, which you may have heard of, but it's also very good for high blood pressure or pressure regulation. And next I started using something called MSM. Using MSM, putting it in my fresh juice, combining this all, my blood pressure has returned to normal. And although my voice is not all the way back, well, I had like 2 weddings last week and I was shouting like crazy because that's like my best buddy. His wedding was crazy. So I was just like singing along to all those tunes. My voice is not all the way back, but most of the time it's been so much more better in the last 2 weeks. And I think what I want to get from this video, or what I want people to get from this video, is You never really know what's going on in the body. No matter how you feel externally, how you look, it's always good to get that confirmation. Don't be scared of the doctor. Don't be scared of getting checked for different things or doing like a full body understanding, getting your blood work checked, your nutrition, whatever it might be. And generally speaking, like, disease has been on my mind quite a bit. And it's something that I would like to explore, trying to understand the most popular diseases and how we could potentially avoid getting them, especially as we start to get older. And my group or the community starts to get older. How do you avoid type 2 diabetes? How do you avoid the big C? Potentially, what does the science tell us? And if this is something you want to see, let me know, because I can't lie, seeing people drop out at like 28, 29, 30 from some of these things that are lifestyle related is scary. And knowledge is power. How can we potentially avoid that? So if you want to see a series on disease, comment, let's go, and I'll get that done for you. So guys, I'm back on my health stuff, new videos each week. Let's go. Before you go, check out this video on screen right now on how to reduce stress within the body. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.